Good morning, guys. Happy Aloha Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Trying to stay positive in light of everything that's going on right now. It is freaking crazy, especially with the fires in LA. I was gonna upload a 2025 video, kind of like with my thoughts on getting into the new year, but there's just been so much going on that I am so heartbroken and devastated by, that's going on around in the world. First with, the New Orleans attack, with the Cybertruck blowing up, the fireworks incident here in Hawaii, which is very, very sad and very devastating. And families are grieving right now. And even with like all the flight incidents that have been happening with South Korea, Air Canada, and the one that had happened here, and the other couple Cessnas that have crashed as well, which is really crazy. I'm gonna have to say, I have not seen or witnessed so many flight happenings and crashes like back to back like that ever, and it just makes me even more nervous to fly. I woke up this morning and a thought went in my head. First before I get into that, I want to just send all my prayers to people that are in LA and that have been affected by the fires. I know a lot of homes have burnt down. I think there's about like 28,000 structures that are in danger right now. Over 400,000 people have been without power. So it's just devastating, and it's kind of like almost reliving the trauma that has happened to the families that lost everything in their homes in Lahaina and Maui. It's almost like having PTSD from that, because just watching the news and just being heartbroken with like kids like trying to evacuate, and families and animals. It's just so heartbreaking to watch. And I'm seeing it all over TikTok with LA now. Just cars being abandoned and parked, horses evacuating, people's houses getting burnt down. It's just honestly devastating, and it feels like it's helpless right now because the winds are so strong. And it's just really hard to watch. But I'm sending all my condolences and my prayers for people out there, to find the courage and the strength to get to safety, to protect their family, keep their families safe, their animals safe. It's just one thing after another, and honestly 2025 is just like not off to a good foot right now, not off to a good start, and I'm just hoping that things will get better very, very soon, because we all deserve some good news soon, honestly. And prayers for all the families and the victims that all were affected by the New Orleans incident, the Berlin explosion, just the flight on South Korea with 179 people dying, the families out here in Hawaii who were affected by the fireworks incident. It's just been a freaking whirlwind. So it's like, can we just get a break and take a deep freaking breath? And I want to address those situations, because I don't want you guys to think that like Hannah is like all I care about. There are a lot of other things I do care about, believe me. I am working on a case right now for Jaden Baker. I don't know if you guys have heard about her, but she was last seen when she was very young. She was last seen not by immediate family, but her extended family for I think 15 years or something crazy like that, or 10 years, something like that. But I'm still doing a lot of research. There's a lot of backstory to that, so I haven't posted it out yet. I'm still working on looking into this case, but just kind of throwing it out there. And a thought dawned on me this morning when I woke up, and and kind of going back to like the whole Hannah thing, like messaging her on Instagram, her saying she's gonna be ready to tell her story when she's ready in time, whatever the case is. But I'm just like, if your heart is burning to like tell people your truth and your side, if you're a holder of truth, if you have the truth, wouldn't you want to like tell it as soon as possible to people, so people aren't gonna still be like conspiring things in their head, or making things up, or coming to different solutions? Like, wouldn't you want to put an end to all that? So wouldn't you want to come out with your truth sooner like the sooner the better kind of thing, versus just waiting and dragging it on for people to just make up their own opinions and create more controversy. Like, that would be my path of thinking. My path of thinking is that unless I have something to hide or someone to protect, then I wouldn't be saying anything outright, you know. But if there's nothing that I have to hide and I'm being transparent and honest with people, then I would literally say my piece and like move on from it. I wouldn't be dragging it out, you know, imposing questions and for people to start speculating again. The main thing that you didn't want to happen for speculation is now happening because of this doing, you know. So you can't expect the public not to be speculating if it's getting brought up again, if that makes sense. You can't expect the public to be you know, supporting this whole thing if we don't have answers, you know. And we need to know the truth behind all this. And I don't care if you say, you know, we aren't entitled to the truth, we aren't entitled to the answers. Okay, you can say that all you want, but honestly, I feel like a piece of us really do, because you're dragging this on into the public eye, on and on and on. So the more you drag it on, the more people are going to keep talking about it and trying to make up their own assumptions about the whole situation. So, and the truth, guys, is literally flat out truth. It's not hiding some things. Omitting things is still lying, you know. Keeping things under wraps, telling half truth is still lying. So it's just like, okay, well, if there's something to hide, then take accountability for it and move on. You know, there's so many other things that we can be putting our energy into, you know. It's just wild to me about things that are like so viral, especially on TikTok right now. You know, like we've got like this Ash Trevino thing. I have no idea why the general public is so obsessed with her and everything like that, when I don't know what she offers to the public. No offense or anything like that. I just don't know. Maybe it's just some form of entertainment. People are bored or whatever. But it's just like, oh my God, there's so many things in this world that are going on, to be worried about someone and their minuscule issues, you know? And just like, you know, some people out there that I see, like, you know, these young influencers, you know, that are well off and complaining about their UGG shoe breaking. Like, are you serious? Like, there's so many other things in this world to be concerned about. And we as a society, I think our goal for us as a society, as a public for 2025 is changing our mindset for 2025. What is important to us? What is important to make our community better, our community grow, our mental health get better, us to have strength as a community together to help overcome barriers, help overcome issues and situations that we have going on in this world. What can we do to give back? What can we do to contribute as a responsible human being, as a responsible citizen? So I think like those things kind of need to change a little bit. I mean, and I'm not saying like, oh, you got to completely change what you're watching or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watch some things like just because I'm nosy sometimes. So I'm just gonna, and no offense, I'm gonna watch Get Ready With Me videos to pass time and stuff like that. But like, you know, our mindset needs to change and like focus on like what's really important out there and, you know, what we can do to help, honestly. But, you know, and then like with this whole like Hannah thing, it's just like, just tell us so we can just move on. It's just like a dragging on ex. You know what I mean? It's just like a dragging out relationship with an ex that you know is going to end one day or another. It just is dragging out. I know that honestly, like we are all over it. We just want the truth. And so we can just wipe our hands, be done with it, and move forward. And that's all I'm going to say. And honestly, I feel like if someone's lying or hiding something or omitting something, they're going to take time to say something. But I feel like if you're going to say the truth, then you have no problem in just talking about it outright. That's all I got to say. Whether it's your story, my story, his story, her story, it doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. That's all there is. And that's all I'm going to say.